All right. I have got a really tough video for you guys today. So I'll start by saying, what's up, guys? It's Kevin, also known as Pew Pew U, and today I will be announcing that I'm stepping back from professional play. And Jesus Christ, this is going to be a really, really hard video, but my hopes for this video is to kind of discuss the honest feelings about why I came to this decision, what the future holds, and answer a bunch of potential questions that I think that you guys will have. So I'll start by saying this. This decision is something that I've really been thinking about deeply for the past 2, maybe even 3 years, as to when it's best to take the step back from playing the game professionally and to start moving forward with my professional life. So I'll start by saying, today I'm already on my 4th day of my new role at CLG, which is the Senior Coordinator of Marketing and Team Operations, which is just incredible, and I'm so happy to be able to make this transition, and CLG has done a wonderful job with transitioning me to the back end with the staff, and everyone's been so welcoming, and it's been incredible. So to address the professional play, with COVID and online tournaments and whatnot, I felt that now was really the best time to make this step, and to push myself to innovate in just an entirely new way. If you know me in real life, or we've met and talked about any of these kinds of things, you'll know that I've always had like an insane burning passion to pursue a career in esports, which will hopefully be a lifelong career. And Jesus. And while professional play was one of the destinations that I arrived at, it's time to continue moving forward with another facet of my life that I'm just so excited about and very passionate about. So I'm gonna get into the honesty of this video, and I'll start with a very honest statement: is that I fucking love Super Smash Bros. Melee for the Nintendo GameCube. It's just the best thing ever to ever happen to my life, and it's given me endless opportunities and lifelong memories, and I've met such amazing people, and I'm just so unbelievably blessed to be able to make my passion my job and to transform it into something even bigger now. So the biggest facet of my decision was really this urgent desire that I felt to get my foot in the door for a professional career in esports. As I said, I'm hoping that this will last the entirety of my life, and I'll do whatever it takes to make that happen. So when it comes to my motivation to play as a player, I can't lie that this past year has been really, really difficult. It's been really hard, especially with shelter in place, to find the motivation to keep pushing and to keep attacking and having the mentality of literally taking my opponents and grinding them into dust in the nicest way possible, but to absolutely just grind them into dust and and to just destroy them, Sleepy Champions League was something that happened last year, and something that I put a lot of time and effort and a lot of my motivation, and it felt like I was really getting on the upswing and back on track with things. But once that tournament ended, it was just, I was met with like sheer exhaustion. Like, it was so hard, like maybe even a little bit of depression too, with just how difficult it was for me to keep going on bringing that competitive spirit. And that really wasn't the straw that broke the camel's back per se, because this decision is really an amalgamation of a decade and a half of tons of different factors, and I've grown so much in my stay in the community. Not to say that I'm leaving, but one of the pain points was neglecting my responsibilities. And this is something, as a person, that brings me a lot of personal pain. So just to kind of paint the picture for you, as a player, I have a lot of different kind of responsibilities. So to you, my fans, my supporters, my organization, of course, my teammates, Zach, Bobby, my loved ones, and of course myself as a player, person, career man, student at the time, all that stuff. So it brought me a lot of pain to neglect doing what I knew I was supposed to do, what I had to do, what I needed to do, etc. And to neglect it because I couldn't bring it out of myself was just something that really pushed this decision. So I also wanted to answer a few questions because I know there's a lot of loose questions when it comes to the extent of what stepping back really means, especially with respect to what does that mean for the extent of my competing. So I won't say that I'll never enter another tournament ever again because that is bogus. I still plan on entering tournaments here and there, but I'll be extremely selective about what I want to enter, how much I want to put into it, and the attitude that I really want to approach a tournament with. And so, for instance, that might mean I don't enter a tournament for another, few months. Likely, what I'm referring to is I still want to enter in the Smash World Tour, and my goal is not to win #1 and become the #1 undisputed player, and it is actually to just go on this last little rodeo and grind some of my opponents, grind your favorite players into dust. That said, as it comes to the attitude with tournaments, I don't envision that the attitude will be, as serious, and the preparation won't be as rigorous, and the pressure will be much less. And pressure is good and bad for competitors. Pressure makes diamonds, or whatever the fuck they say. So what's the state of PewFat and doubles? I'm not opposed to entering more doubles tournaments, of course. When tournaments come back, but that's not really like a priority whatsoever. I know during COVID there's online tournaments and they don't really hold a lot of doubles tournaments, but as it is, much like Armada, it's more me stepping back is kind of, if I were to play, it would probably be doubles more so than singles. And still selective at that. One thing that I wanted to talk about is regret. Will I regret this decision? I don't know. I literally don't know. I imagine that there's going to be a good amount of regret when it comes to this, but I can't truly know. And I also don't know what actions will follow with this regret if and when, or, possibly feel this way. That's just one of those mysteries about taking this leap of faith and taking this next jump in my career, really. Geez, what do I want to talk about next? My YouTube channel. This is really something that I wanted to address, and it's been so hard for me to address this in the past, but now I feel a weight is lifted off my shoulder and I can talk about this in more honesty. So, something that was really hard for me to do was to both practice, compete, and also create YouTube tutorials. It's just so hard for me to have the motivation to do YouTube when I didn't really feel great about my competitive play. And I know that does not matter to you guys, and I knew that, but still, it's like, well, if I'm not doing so well in tournament, then my instruction and my experience doesn't matter all of a sudden. So that's total horseshit. As for my Twitch, I do plan on streaming much more, just like some relaxed stuff, chilling out, having fun, and, bring Pandora's Fox back, and all that kind of fun stuff. And I imagine I'll be streaming much more than I have been in the past year because, Jesus, in like 6 months I maybe streamed 6 times, which is horrible. But anyways, a few things that I also wanted to address. I want to drive again at my desire to push my professional career. I have a major in economics, and I really have a passion for esports. But another big mission of mine was to really get started on the more philanthropic aspect of my career. And this is something that's pretty hard for me to talk about, honestly, but one of the missions I've had in the grand scheme of my career has been to raise awareness for suicide, because really early on in my life I lost a very dear friend to suicide, and this was, pretty much at the same time that I started competing in Melee, and Melee was just such a great outlet for that, and I got to meet so many new people, and it really dug me out of this hole that I had put myself in, and for that I need to give back, and I really desire this, and I've always wanted to do this out of my career, and so this is also another step towards that. Shit. So I've been going on for a while now, guys. I don't really know how to end this, but Jesus Christ, dude. 12-year-old me would be so fucking proud. Jesus Christ. I started this when I was 12, man. I'm 27 years old. I've been going for 15 years, and I achieved top 10 player status. We were the best team in the world. I still believe that we're the best team of all time, and there's no way I could have imagined that my career could possibly lead me here, and I just want to thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart, and everyone that's ever supported me, whether you're from the Smash community, not even from any kind of esports community, or you're just an onlooker. I love you, and I appreciate you so much. This is the hardest YouTube video of all time. I appreciate you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video, and for all the people who are still here tonight, being the 12th of March, I will be streaming, and we can have a little AMA, a little powwow, a little celebration of my career. Oh, that sounds so narcissistic. We'll celebrate Smash, and I'll answer your guys' questions. This isn't the time for me to be hella cool and for you all to praise me. This is a time where we can talk honestly to each other. And anyways, I've been rambling for way too long, so I appreciate you guys all so much. Look out for more in my new position at CLG, because I sure as hell won't be leaving esports or the FGC or Melee, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys soon.